Is this really how we're going to start out? Hello, Skinner Farms, Josh, Minnesota gal. Beautiful day here. Big cool down coming. Yep, same here. Hello, Our Tiny Acres, Ben's Over Acres, Patty the Tinker's wife, Kansas Misfit. I started talking so the dog thinks I'm talking to her. Let's see. Simply Jan Homestead, hello. I'm still waiting for Mama V to log in. I'm hoping that she has good internet. Snowblower delivered, filled the gas can. We are ready. Oh my goodness. You know, Minnesota gal, I was so happy to leave that snowblower behind that I actually gave mine away. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Heaven's Essentials, Julie, hello, Mac Attack. It's a Patty Mac Attack. Oh, and there is Mama V. Let me fix this. There you go.
Hi, everybody.
I'm saying hello to everyone in here. The Tinker's wife. Okay, Hoogie Homestead, hello. Simply Jan. Grammy Karen, hello. Christy Betts, hello. Little Turtle, hello. I think I got Wendy's in here. Good evening, Wendy. Thank you guys all for coming in. Grammy Karen, Southern Roots. Oh my goodness. Money Pit Homestead, Marion, Texas. Hello. See, I'm already behind on comments. I can never. Hi, Tiny Tim. Let's see. I think I got everybody. My co-host tonight is Mama V from Possum Run Homestead. Hey, Jerry Rigzett. Roberta's Autistic Adventures. I'm just going to get caught up on, I think I'm caught up on everybody now. So what we're going to talk about tonight is something that's come up with me. Yeah, here's Dilly. Look at, they come in and say hi to Dilly, but not to me. Hi, Teresa. So what we're going to talk about tonight is something that I get asked about all the time. I have friends that call me constantly going, are you okay? You know, stuff like that. And which is wonderful to have friends like that. Don't get me wrong. But I get comments on my videos all the time. Are you okay out there all by yourself? And is it safe for you to be out there all by yourself? And yada, yada. And so I want to kind of talk on that some. And I figured the perfect co-host is somebody else who lives out in the woods all by herself. So with that, I'm going to let Mama V go first and talk about what it's like living alone in the country or living alone in the city. You know, where do you feel more safe at, and what do you do for safety measures to keep yourself safe?
Oh, okay. Put me on the spot, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel safe out here.
I roll in with Markel.
I am more concerned about the animals out here than anything. But you know, you do what you have to do around, you know, to deal with that. You have to live each day for the day. I mean, I feel a whole lot safer out here than I did in the city.
Amen.
And I've been both places. I've lived in a city. I've lived in the country, and now I live in the middle of nowhere. But you carry your protection at all times, whatever that might be for you.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
And hello,
you don't live in fear.
Robert.
You definitely don't live in fear.
Exactly.
You go about your day like you would any day, you know. And you know, being alone, doesn't mean that you're less safe. I mean, you just
Right.
situational awareness all the time. That doesn't mean that you're fearful. That just means that you're smart.
Yep. I completely agree. I have lived alone in the city, alone in the mountains in a city, up in Twain Harte when I lived up there, and then out here. And I do not feel safe in a city.
Right.
There's cars, there's drunk drivers, there's there's all kinds of stuff that goes on in the city. And I actually got into an argument with somebody in a group that I moderate on Facebook about off-grid living and all that stuff, who this guy basically told me that I was stupid for living out here alone, that his neighbor had fell, and she lived in a city, but she fell and she laid there for 4 days before anybody came and checked on her, and yada yada. And I thought, well, you're describing all this stuff that's happening in a city. It could
Right.
happen out here too. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So I'm supposed to like sell out and go to a city and then probably be shot or whatever. So
Right.
the tinker's wife, the city is far from safe anymore. And I completely agree. I get anxiety going to the city, to
Yes, I
any
do
city
too.
now.
Just
Even going into
driving
Walmart gives me anxiety. So
driving to the city is just unnerving.
and they have one-way roads.
Right. And all these
I'm always turning
roundabouts.
around down the wrong way. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy.
I can't even
It's
drive there
crazy.
anymore.
I'm much more comfortable out in the country.
Little Creek says, I always felt safer in the country, the city, than in the city, hands down. Yes, I agree. And
Right.
usually, I mean, like where I'm at now, I can see if anybody's driving up or even walking up. I'll know about them way before they'll know about me. But in the city, there's so many people that you have to be constantly on guard for
Right.
all of it. Let me just
Yes.
check up
I'll
on
know
the.
if somebody is coming down the road. I'll know it. At least a half a mile away.
Yep.
From my place.
My neighbor about 3/4 of a mile away has a bunch of dogs that bark every time a car drives down in this little area. So
Right.
I never know if they're coming to my house, but I have that doorbell that I can hear clearly 3/4 of a mile away because there's nothing else out here.
I mean,
Okay, so the tinker's wife says, know what and who is around you and stay alert.
Right.
And I agree with this. A lot of a lot of people think that women are victimized more than men, which isn't necessarily the case in the cities that I grew up in, like Los Angeles and San Francisco Bay Area. It didn't matter if you're a man or woman, you could be attacked and they'd steal your wallet and whatever and kill you. So it didn't matter if you're a man or woman, but I think growing up in the city, you learn how to carry yourself in a way that people don't mess with you. So if you're walking around as a woman, if you tend to walk around as a victim, you're not going to be safe in the city or in the country. It doesn't matter where you go. So I think that has a lot to do with it, the way you carry yourself and how aware you are of your surroundings. So whether it's in the city, being aware of other people, or if it's out in the country, being aware of snakes on the ground and bears and whatever else that. I'm constantly looking for snakes. I haven't seen one yet. So I either have bad eyesight or they're just not here.
In the pond. I've seen some in the pond, but other than that, I haven't seen any. I get caught off guard every once in a while by a possum, but
yeah. I haven't even seen possum or raccoon. I'm like really surprised.
Oh, really?
I see squirrels and chipmunks and birds, but I haven't even seen any skunks or anything like that. And we had a bunch of those in Washington. Dogman says the animals are here, won't bother you, people will. And you know what? That's what I've noticed so far here. And pretty much the same in Washington is that the wild animals, we had coyotes out there, we had bobcats, there were bears. I'm trying to think of what else was out there. Lots of coyotes, but they didn't come into the city. They weren't like they were more afraid of the people than we are of them, and so they'd take off if they saw a person. Whereas when I lived in Twainhart, which was right near Yosemite, those wild animals had no fear of people. They would like
Right.
walk right up and tear your garbage open and all that stuff. And those type of wild animals were more scary than the ones
Right.
we have here. Because unless you're between a mama
Yeah.
bear and her
Like
baby
the
bear.
ones here are wild.
Uh,
I mean, they're totally wild. They're not used to having the land that
Hi,
I live
Gail.
on has been empty land forever. And so, I figure I moved into their territory. This is their
Right.
land, the animals' land, and I moved here. So I do carry protection with me all the time, and I've made that well known from my first video. And that's for the people, not the animals.
Yep.
Not the protections for the people, because I don't have to really worry about people up here much, but protections for the animals. The knowing it is for people. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Grammy Karen says, wait a minute, let's see if it'll pop up. I don't know if it's my internet signal or yours.
I've got it. I see it.
Being weird. It says, I have asked myself, if something happened to Graybeard, would I stay here in the country? Now, I understand that, because living in the country, there's a lot of work to it. There's a lot of physical work. And, but then I kind of look at it now as that's my gym. I can't afford a gym membership, but so that's my
true.
gym.
It is a lot of work.
But, when I first moved to Twainhart, I moved there by myself, and the houses there were very close together, but most of them were they were vacation homes. So people they didn't live there full time. But there was a lady down the street that was 88 years old out there chopping her own wood with an axe.
Right.
And I thought, well, she can do it. Surely I can do it. So it was like seeing people like that. But, her husband had passed 20 years earlier, and she stayed out there and gave me hope to keep going on. Simply John says, Anne-Marie's a sweetheart, but yeah, you don't want to, especially when it comes to my kids.
Right. I think a lot of us are like that.
Hi, Herb and Bucket Homestead. And I know Drop came in, and there was another one. Oh, Dogman Homestead. And Dogman, all I got here is dog biscuits, because you told me to buy something for Dilly. So I bought her a big old bag of dog biscuits. Let's see. Okay.
Drop saying hi to everybody.
Hi, hellos. I just want to see if there's any more comments in the chat. We got Jerry says, easier to protect yourself in the country. I totally agree, because if I used a shotgun in the city,
you're right.
I'd be scared to use a shotgun in the city.
Yeah.
But out here, yeah, I don't have a problem using it.
Nope, no problem at all.
Okay. Yeah, and I think there's the country, and then there's kind of like where because I was in the country in Washington. It was like a country. I was like 2 miles from where the houses were right next door to each other. Out here, it's a little bit different, because people are further away or whatever, but that just means that I can hear them coming more.
Right, yeah.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. I've lived in the city, I've lived in the country, and then, like I said, now the middle of nowhere, because I'm in the country, but I'm a long way from the city. So.
Let's see. The Tinker's wife says, I live on a busy road and have many homeless, most who are addicts, walking by daily, roaming into my yard at times too. Cars running off the road into roads.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That's part of the reason, you have so much road rage. And, my last experience living in a city, other than living in my mom's apartment, which was really loud, by the way. But my last experience was living in the suburbs in California, and a little 9-year-old boy got shot while he was riding his bicycle down the
Oh
street
man.
because some gang member was doing a gang initiation. And that was my neighborhood, my street, where my kids were, out playing and stuff. And that's why I moved to the mountains. I couldn't do the city anymore.
Wow.
So I I really don't like the city. I think that there's a lot more dangers in the city than there ever is. And that was in
Right.
a suburb, in a sleepy little suburb. I'd rather live out in
Mm-hmm.
the boonies, got my pew pew, my dog, always paying attention, which I do also when living in the city. And actually more so in the city. Country life is more peaceful. Right, Roberta, I feel like I don't have to be so hyper aware. I mean, I
Right.
am aware, but I don't have to be hyper aware like I have to be in the city.
Right.
Um, Thank you, Simply Jan.
I think Simply Jan.
I love you too.
Yeah.
She just wants to come pull more staples for me. That's how much she loves me. Okay, something happens to me out here in Hillbilly Deluxe, let the critters have me. That's kind of Skinner Farms, that's how I look at it. I mean, everybody knows I'm a Christian, and I believe that the day that I'm going to die, it was already set the day I was born. That day was already marked. I don't know when it is. I don't want to know when it is, but I can die in the city, uh, filled with anxiety 24/7 a day, or I could
Right.
die out here, in the country. And so if I'm meant to die, but there are certain safety precautions that I do. Like I do check in with friends constantly. Excuse me. I have a friend in town that calls me constantly to make, if she hasn't heard from me in a day or so, then she calls and she'd
Right.
come out looking for me.
Exactly.
Stuff
And
like
I have
that. But
my mom calls every day, or at
yeah,
least text. We talk to each other at least every day. And um, friends, I mean, I talk to you several times a week.
yep,
And um, my neighbors, they may be a long way away. I mean, they know I'm out here by myself, and they come by and just say hi. Some of them admit they're checking on me, making sure I'm all right. Um,
Oh, I tell people to call
but
me first because if they just drive up,
yeah,
then they're going to get
yeah,
met with a
they
gun.
just show up. Like Paul, the bearded carpenter, he comes by about once a week. He comes by and he'll honk down at the bottom, and because he's like, well, I don't want to come up there without uninvited. I'm like, you come up here anytime you need
Yeah.
to, anytime you want to. But he comes by to check on me. If you never need anything, just holler. You know.
Tiny Tim says, I hate the city. I drove wrong way on a one way to get out of the area that I accidentally, and then it stopped. But
Oh,
I think I know where you're going with it because when I was driving the
right.
U-Haul out here from Washington, I was pulling my vehicle behind me, and I missed a off or a turn off or whatever in Kansas City, and wound up going down these one lane roads. And it was like, I finally found a road I could turn on to. And it's like, no, this is one way. I was so stressed because I didn't know how to back up that trailer either. I could,
Yes.
but I didn't want to. So, yeah, I don't have any desire to go back to Kansas City.
Right.
We have homeless
Stay away
breaking
from
into
the
the
city
houses
as much
around
as
here
I
too.
can.
Yeah. And you know what?
I said
Our
I stay
tiny
away
acres,
from the
they do
city as
that
much
out
as I
here
can.
too. Yeah. He says our homeless breaking into houses around here. They break into the houses here because a lot of them are old hunting cabins, and they do their little meth labs in them and stuff. But
Uh,
I don't live in fear. I won't live in fear. So I mean, I have surveillance cameras around and stuff that ping my phone if
mm,
anyone's here. But I
right.
don't live in the fear. I just stay aware.
No, there's no reason to
Um,
live in fear. You prepare for anything like that could possibly happen, and then you just live your life.
yeah, Mary says you have to be street smart in the city, and yes, that's true. Um,
That's true.
where in Washington did I live? I was southwest I always have to stop and visualize the map in my head. So I was southwest of Olympia. Um, let's see. Possum Run. That's Wendy from Southern Sown and Grown. People are way more scarier than lions, tigers, and bears. Yes, I agree.
Exactly.
Although, you know what?
Definitely, Raquel.
A lion, a tiger, or a bear would make my heart pump too, but then, so would the shotgun.
Right.
So, and the chances of me running into them out here with the people in the city are
Right.
slim to none. Very small towns for us. Get to know all your neighbors. Yep.
Right. Yep.
Let's see what else I'm missing here. Well,
And I've
this
been
is
blessed
true
with that.
also. Is so when you have a dog or when you have cats, the cats will go after the snakes. The dog, the
Right.
scent of the dog and the dog species around the yard and stuff will help
Mhm.
keep animals away also.
Right. Yeah. And that's why I'm getting a
That's what
protection
I'm
dog.
told. I don't know. Yeah. But then with the
I mean, Blue
coyotes,
does a
they
great
were
job of.
in Washington, they'd come up, coyotes would come up and try to befriend your dog to take them off back to the pack where they became
Oh
dinner.
wow.
So I was more afraid of her running into a coyote out there than anything out here so far.
Right.
They're gonna build a couple houses. Oh yeah. Okay. I make myself stand up straight and walk purposely. Exactly, Christy. And being aware, if you're like walking down the city street looking at your cell phone, not paying attention to what's around you, it just makes you a victim and or an easy target.
Right. Easy target.
Yep. My mom used to say, because I would catch Bart all the time and go into San Francisco. My mom used to say, yeah, I was like 5'2" and 100 pounds. And she said, you look small, but boy, you get that look on your face. And it's like this look that everyone's like, no, I ain't messing with that.
Right. That
But I
is
learned
true.
that from her every time I was getting in trouble. I'd get the mom look. Okay, I hate the city. I drove wrong way on a street to get out of the area I got lost in. Little Rock, yeah. I would have been happy to get a ticket to get
Yeah.
directions. Exactly, Jim. And how I
Mm-hmm.
have seen 3 raccoons on my front porch eating our cat's food. Yeah, and I think that there's raccoons. I think Jan and Susan have had issues with raccoons, but they feed their cats outside. I feed my cats indoors, and I bring my
Right.
cats in. So I'm kind of an overprotective helicopter mom when it comes to my animals. So my animals are inside with me every night. And like 2 or 3 nights ago, one kitty didn't come home all night, and I don't think I slept much that night. I was kind of half
Aw.
awake, half asleep, listening to her for her all night. And then the next
Mm-hmm.
morning, I opened up the door, and there she is. But I feed them late at night. So I bring, they know to come in at night or they're not getting any food.
Right.
The skunks are afraid of your dog. I hope so, because I tell you what,
Yeah, really.
the day that she gets sprayed by one or a porcupine, in Washington we have porcupines too, but the day she gets sprayed by one, she's definitely getting the doghouse outside.
Mm-hmm.
uh, that's okay.
You're
Just
all
so
right.
Dogman says they have plenty of land here to avoid the humans, and I think that's what happens here is that they're like, they know I'm here, they smell my animals here, and they're like, okay, we'll just stay away from that area now.
Right.
I
Yeah.
get all
Because I
kinds of
mean,
deer, but
the very first night I was staying up here on the homestead, the next morning I had just had the driveway done, so it was all fresh dirt. And that next morning there were bear prints across the driveway.
oh wow.
But since then there haven't been any. So, like you said, it's a matter of they know I'm here now, and they're scared of you. They don't want to be around you.
Hello,
Um,
Projects with Paul. That's the one I saw come in and you get a chance to say hello to. Also, Gail from Coupon Gail. She says, we still have predictors, but I think she meant predators. My rooster
right.
was crowing at night. That can't be good. Caught 2 raccoons and 2 skunks. Yeah, and I'm sure that once I have chickens out here, I'll probably attract more raccoons and skunks and
Right.
snakes with
Yeah, the
them.
smaller animals.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I have armadillos and
right now I don't
possums,
have
and
those out there.
I'm sure raccoons because Jeff at Bobblehead Homestead, he has raccoons. He's not that far away from me. He gets coons and possums, and I've seen the armadillos. So, but yeah, once you have outside animals all the time, then you have to do a little more to, for their protection.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, Garden State Gardener, and I got your packages today. Thank you. I'm getting ready to do a mail call video because I have a pile of stuff that I'm just gonna do a whole video.
I know.
You need to get some of my dogs. No animals get near my yard. What kind of dogs do you have, Roland McKell? I've had people question why I'm carrying in some of my cooking videos. I always have something on me. Yep.
Exactly, Skinner. Yeah. Nobody's actually questioned me about it, but they all mention it. Like, oh, I see you're carrying all the time. Well, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of nowhere by myself. Of course
We
I'm carrying.
snakes. They're snakes. Of course I am.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, not hand feeding the animals. Definitely,
Yeah, no.
I feed the birds, but then the squirrels will come because the bird feeder's out there and stuff. Yeah, country living is never boring. That's true. Neither is it in the city, but those 7 months I spent at my mom's in an apartment, oh my gosh, the number of sirens that I heard and just people walking around the apartment complex, and the noise next door and stuff. I didn't think I was ever going to get any sleep there because it was so noisy.
I think the most exciting thing that's happened up here to date, thank the Lord, is today I was outside working and a jet just buzzed us. And
oh
that
wow,
made me jump.
yeah. Well, I had a helicopter out here one day.
Oh, okay.
But and I've heard a siren once, and I've been here I don't know, since March, 6-7 months now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't count, but I heard one siren and that many.
Right.
It was for somebody right here in this area if you could hear it. But let's see. Hello, Life with Linda and Chuck. I'm your age and I understand.
Now, coming next week, we may have more excitement. Yeah. Hopefully not. But hunting season, the rifle season, opens next week in Arkansas. So.
Yep. I've already been hearing guns go off. I think people are just practicing what I'm going to go get.
Yeah, they are. And well, it's muzzle loader season, so they can hunt with muzzle loaders right now.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I was hearing.
Yeah, no, people are practicing with their rifles. They're definitely out practicing.
Yeah, exactly. Dogman needs chips, spicy Doritos. Sorry, the dog has spicy Doritos. I don't buy them. It's not so much tough. I think you have to be tougher to live in the city than in the country. I mean, it's more physical. You're doing more physical work in the country, but I think you have to be tougher to live in the city. That's just my
I
thought.
think it's more smarts than it is toughness.
Colette, if you're asking me that, I do not. No.
Nope, me either.
Spicy nacho. Spicy nacho is his favorite. Don't feed that to the dogs, Dogman. That wouldn't be good. In Missouri, I've been carrying. I sort of like having Gertrude next to me. Yep. And Gertrude is not her puppy.
Right. Yep. Arkansas has open carry too.
I don't go out at night unless I hear something, and then I take my crossbow. My bang bang would get me in trouble. Okay, you guys can say the word gun on here. You just can't talk about violence towards other people.
You can.
But
don't pull one out and start.
I go outside at night because the dog's got to be let out to go to the bathroom or whatever, and I don't have an issue with it. I just make noise when I go out, so in case there is something right outside the door, they're going to hear it, but they're going to hear her barking at the door anyhow. So
right.
Let's see. Mike is saying hello, and Josh loves Jan, and stop it, you're making me hungry. Let's see. It's open and conceal carry here, Jan. I carry at all times too. You never know. Yeah, I think I'd be more prone to carry in the city than I would out here. Um, won't do it now. Yeah, in Redmond. Okay, I am trying to catch up. Garden State Gardener says so sad, but I'm not sure what that's referring to. Sorry, Mary, I'm out of cabbage rolls. I'm actually gonna make fried cabbage tomorrow.
I don't like cabbage.
Oh, when you cook it in bacon grease and you put bacon bits in it, it is so good. I could
I've
just
never
like
tried
eat
that.
2 whole. Oh yeah, it's totally different when you cook it than eating it raw. But let's see. Our shooting is scary. There has been a lot of that in Salem lately. Oh yeah, and I hear on the news. Well, I don't watch the news, but I have a news app, and these stupid headlines pop up all the time, and the number of shootings in the cities on Halloween
Willie's
and
wanting
stuff
to
like
play.
that. I'm more afraid for my kids that live, that live in the cities than where I'm at out here. I grew up in
Right.
Chicago. I got mugged when I was 10 years old. No lie. Yep. I just avoid the cities at all costs. There's nothing there at the city for me. I mean,
Right. No, nothing for the city for me
I'll
anymore.
go to
I
I'll
go to
go
the
to
city.
Lowe's and get what I need and get the heck out of there.
Right. Yeah. I go to the city maybe, I don't know, once a month, month and a half. You know, if I have to go to
Yep.
Lowe's or Home Depot or.
I haven't been to Lowe's in probably 2 months. So
Right.
I
Yeah,
think it was 2
I
months
haven't been to
ago
the
when
city
I
in
did the
at least a
shower.
month and a half.
Yep.
Hold on a second, I gotta move.
Yep.
There.
Actually, Josh, my friends in town said I wouldn't have to use my gun. All I would have to do is throw a stick, and my dog would go after the stick and take out the person. She would just barrel. She'd be like stick brain. So she'd take out the person and bring me back the stick so I could throw it again if it got back up. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That would work. Or a rock.
Right.
Hi, dragonflies.
Hi, dragonflies.
Oh, skunks. Yeah. Well, in Washington, I learned how to walk with heavy feet, making a lot of noise so that it would scare them off. I've never got sprayed by a skunk, thankfully, but Jan's on Staples strike. She says that, but I bet you I could get her back out here when I tear out the kitchen. Let's see. The further I get from the city, the more peace I feel. Exactly, Denise. I cannot. And then spending a day in the city would just be more stress than I'd want to do. Y'all are making me glad I am in a quiet. Yep. Well, and that's Belinda and Chuck. That's what I lived in when I was in the city, in the suburbs of San Francisco. It was quiet and peaceful until it started going downhill. And
Right.
Let's see, I got 47 cents left in my account. Dang, but they don't have a super sticker for that. Yeah, I know that feeling well. That's okay, Dogman. She already got her biscuits and she likes them. They're peanut butter flavored. So believe it or not, people are for the most part scared showing up on someone's property unannounced. Yeah.
But it does happen.
I would think that they would be. I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Happened to some other YouTube friends of mine, and that's kind of crazy. I would think that people wouldn't do that, but
well, and what Patty says here, people die in their houses here and no one knows. True. A friend of ours died, and 2 weeks later, somebody finally smelled them. Pretty sad. And I think that happens. It would tend. I would seem to think that it would happen more often in the city because in the city, people don't always know their neighbors. They all keep to their little cookie cutter self in their cookie cutter house. and they may not ever even speak to their neighbors next door. Whereas out here, we're more apt to say hello to neighbors, especially down here in the
Right.
South. I mean, everybody has come over and introduced themselves and, what have you.
Hmm.
So I
Exactly.
remember their dogs' names, but not their names. But yeah, um, so we think that that would happen more in the city just because everybody there tends to keep to themselves. I walked out
Right.
onto my back porch one night and the skunks were begging. Yeah, I bet.
I mean, I've even had my
How
neighbors send me a message and say, "Did was that truck coming to your place? Because there's a
yeah.
truck came down the road, and like, nope, not mine. Watching for it,
Or I
you
had
know."
one of my neighbors texted and asked, "Is the electric company working over there at your place? Because I heard them, or so I heard the
Right.
beeping of the trucks backing up or something." I'm like, it wasn't at me. I think it
Exactly.
was another
That's what
couple
happened
blocks over.
here.
Uh,
Um,
Skinner Farms is
Skinner,
asking if you're on any social media.
I'm on Instagram. Possum Run Homestead on Instagram.
Dogman says he got lost in Memphis at 2 a.m. in a bad area. I ran red lights to get out of there. Yeah. No harm in making sure folks are okay for sure. Yeah. I'm
Exactly.
probably way behind on
I
comments.
mean, we all watch out for each other out here.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, like, if I didn't hear from Amma V in a couple days, I would call and check in on her. And I know other people do that with me too. And I don't mind it at all.
No, I don't
Part of
mind it.
my issue for a while when I first got out here is I had no cell signal, nothing. So, like,
Yes.
when I'm outside, if I'm up on a ladder, if I'm out working outside, I always have my phone with me. So if I tripped and fell or if I got injured, I could call,
Hmm.
and either call a friend or call 911 or whatever. But when I got out here and I had no, it was like, no, this isn't going to work. I have to do something. So
Right.
now I have cell signal on most parts of the property, but uh,
This here,
let's
um,
see.
my mom got this for me, and it has been, I don't have to carry my phone with me all the time. Of course, I'm a YouTuber now, so I do because I'm always videoing with it. But I feel like that's my connection to the outside world.
What is it? One of those Apple
It,
Watches or
it's an
something?
Apple Watch.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
so if I fall, it'll call 911. Not that I know that they'll find me, but um, it'll call them.
well, there were some other people that were out here, and her dad came out to help, and he accidentally pocket dialed 911, and they
Oh no.
showed up. Like, they found him, they were able to track his phone and everything, and they found him and showed up, and he's like,
Oh
"Oh, I
wow.
guess I called on accident." But, so that was kinda good to know too. The tinker's wife, if you live in fear, you are more likely to make mistakes, and that's dangerous. Yes,
Yes,
I agree.
I agree.
Let's see. I do get a little nervous walking outside at night when the coyotes are yipping in the field next to us. You know, it's my experience that the coyotes are more afraid of people.
Right, they are.
But my dog outside, but that
Yeah.
was, on the West Coast. I haven't heard any coyotes out here, which is kind of weird for me. I mean, they might be here and they're just further away, but
Hmm.
I used to hear them all the time in Washington. So,
Right. When I
um,
first moved here, I heard them a lot in the evenings, but here lately I have not, and I think it's just the activity in the area now that
yep,
they're moving further out.
yeah, that could be too. Uh, Dragonfly says our dogs never run loose when they go out the door to go to the bathroom. They are an enclosed, fenced area. I mean, in the summertime, I just leave the door open and the dog goes in and out whenever she wants to, but she sticks pretty close by. So, because she wants me to throw her stick. So I know
Right.
if she's not around. But So I don't have fences here, but at night I go out there with a flashlight. I watch where she goes. I watch her the whole time, and then I bring her right back in. We don't go out there to play. Um, oh, Bub. I think that would scare him off if I did that too. Let's see. Even the thought scares Southern Blessed. Thank you so much, Southern Sun and Grown. You guys are gonna make this puppy fat. You just scare people fully dressed. Simply John. They probably said this a half an hour ago. I'm so behind on comments. Yep, I'm 15 minutes behind on comments. So someone give me cliff notes if I missed anything important. I've had people try to see my PIN number when using a debit, think they planned to waylay me, kept moving where they couldn't see. Yeah, I'm pretty protective of my PIN numbers just because you never know if people have cameras sitting around or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to skip through a bunch of these comments because I'm way behind.
Oh.
Put up a beware of dog sign. That tends to at least make people nervous and think twice before coming on your property. I'd be more apt to put up a beware of owner sign.
Right.
Yeah. The thing is here, if somebody even turns down my street, the dog hears it. She's already barking. So, because it's so quiet out here.
Mm-hmm.
I would go batshit crazy in an apartment. Haven't lived in one since I was in my early 20s. Yeah, that was back when I was talking about my mom, but yeah, I was not happy living in an apartment. I was glad for her because it made it easy to take care of her. But okay, raccoons can tear open chicken wire and also reach inside wires with larger openings. You need half-inch
Right.
hardware cloth to keep chickens safe. Also, heavy bricks around the base. We've actually had a raccoon eat the chicken through the fence. Just reaching in and tearing off chunks of the chicken and ate it through
Oh, wow.
it wasn't chicken wire, it was like 1x2 wire or something. So
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, definitely got to go with half-inch or less.
I'm not gonna put wire on the only wire that my chicken coop will have is on the door and the window. And it'll just be, a little door and window in the back like I did in Washington. And the rest of it'll be all wood. And because I don't want to ever walk out
will
and
be
see
all
that.
wood, and then I'll have a run that's half-inch hardware cloth, and then of course they'll be able to come out during the day.
And the run, yeah, during the daytime, in Washington, I never had an issue. I don't know how it is out here, but in Washington, we didn't have an issue with the animals during the daytime. It was when they were locked in their coop at night that the possum and the raccoons would come. So it was just really making sure that their coop was safe, and then making sure that we closed that coop door every single time. In between 2 fire stations, the hospital had people shooting each other. Yep, I bet, Christy. Thank you so much, Tiny Tim. Just a little for whatever you decide. Staples. No, I'm kidding. I'm not putting any staples back into this house. I sat here yesterday and pulled staples out of wood, and yeah. How do I keep hunters off my land? Out here, you have to mark the land as no trespassing.
Mark your land.
So I put up no trespassing signs.
Right.
And then you could also use the purple paint, but
I've got the purple paint on trees.
Spread rumors about your time in prison. That's a good idea, Life with Linda.
Spread rumors about your time in prison.
Let's see. Mentality, it takes more because you are always on guard against the next fool that comes your way, and there are a lot of fools these days. She's talking about being in the city, and yes.
Right, being in the city, yeah.
I think it just is mentally draining for me to go to the city or even to Walmart some days.
Yeah, it is draining mentally to go into the city. It really is.
Okay, Cecilia says it's tough being alone in the city. That's why I have alarm systems. Well, my experience with the alarm systems, and this was back probably, let me do quick math, 25 years ago, because I had an alarm system. The neighbors, they ignored it because they hear them all the time going off, so they just
Right.
completely
Yeah.
ignored it. Um,
Right.
Whereas out here, if an alarm went out, you'd probably have neighbors driving around going, "What's going on?" So,
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Definitely. The alarm system works out here.
oh well, I probably missed you already, Jerry, but thanks for coming in.
Good night,
And
Jerry.
let me know if you need some firewood. Yeah, he left like 15 minutes ago. I'm way behind on.
No.
Tinker's wife says she's a cabbage fan no matter how you make it. I like cabbage
No.
soup. I like cabbage rolls, and I like cooked cabbage. But I want to try making my own sauerkraut because I've never liked sauerkraut, but I was told that it was good. Oh, look at how far I am on. Okay, guys, I'm gonna just
I
skip
can't
through
see
all this because
chat, so
there's
I
no
don't know.
way. Off the wall prepper, thank you so much. He probably sent that a half an hour ago and I didn't even see it.
Oh, did you have
Micro
another
farmer,
super chat?
hello. Yeah,
Yeah, I
when
only
my
see the
mom lived
chats when you
alone,
put
my
them up on the
brother,
screen.
Christy says, when my mom lived alone, my brother and I called her every day. Once I knew she was having a stroke, checking like that. When I still lived in California, my mom was in Washington, and right after she retired, she tripped and fell and had subdural hematoma. And so we were really worried about her afterwards. So we played this game called Wizards 101. If you ever want a really great game to play, but we got her playing Wizards 101. I would pay her subscription for her, and she would log into that and play it every single day. And it helped her with her math skills. So it helped her to um, recover from the stroke a little better. But I would log into it every day and play, and then she would log into it every day and play. And if she didn't log in, then I could call my sister who was at work in Washington, and she'd go over and check on my mom. But so we used Wizards 101 to check on
There you
mom and
go.
kind of babysit her without babysitting her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way behind on chat. I know. I'm trying to catch up.
Jump to the bottom.
Off the wall preppers. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, and it says there's still more. Walk in faith. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're stranded and your phone is dying, change your voicemail to your location and state of emergency. If you're stranded and your phone is dying, change your voicemail to your location and state of emergency. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So, like, if somebody called me, it would say, "This is where I am and this is what's going on." Hello, Boston Rocks. I'm still way behind on comments. Coyotes here have become used to humans, so they don't fear us like they do in the wilder areas. Yep.
That's true.
They all here. Good night. Big day tomorrow. Okay, my microformer. Sorry, I like barely said hello to him and he's already gone.
Oh.
I should have gave you guys my numbers at the picnic. Yep. Um, let's see. Thank you so much, Off the Wall Prepper. You guys are awesome. And if you guys haven't checked out Off the Wall Prepper, oh gosh, if you guys have not checked out Off the Wall Prepper, you need to go listen to. He's got some very valuable information that he's putting out there, and I thoroughly enjoy that channel. I'm sure I would scare people running naked too. See, I'm way behind.
Yes. Yeah. Drop to the bottom.
Email you. Someone sent me a message for you. Okay, I will do that. I had to scare off some people. I'm back dressed. Oh my gosh. Okay, raccoons can figure out how to unwrap hardware cloth wrapped around wood. If you don't have it wrapped tight enough, then they teach everyone else new tricks. Yeah, I had a raccoon that opened a jelly jar. You know those old jelly jars that have the metal things to close them? They were able to open that and get into our jelly
wow.
when we were camping one year. So they can open the little door latches and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Something was trying to get in my chicken coop tonight. You guys are making me not want to have chickens again. I don't have these problems yet. No, I'm definitely getting chickens.
Yep, just gotta make sure it's here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, if I missed any other comments, you guys, I am so sorry because I'm like 20 minutes behind on all these comments. Let me go this way. Oh my gosh. Off the wall, thank you. Dragonflies, thank you. You guys are awesome. Therese, my granddaughter, looks forward to your mail. Okay. I wish I could stand the humidity down south. I'd move down that way too. It gets bad enough there. I might do that anyway. Never say never. Yep. You know, Tinker's wife, if somebody would have told me a year ago that I'd be living in Arkansas where it's super humid, I would have told them that they were smoking something. But you just go where God sends you. And I've never been happier. So I have no regrets at all. How do people chat in chat? Do the @ and start typing their name, and it should pop up, and it'll highlight it just for you and the other person that you're tagging. Okay, our rescue raccoon used her nimble fingers. I'm sorry. To pull up the keys to my netbook. Yep. Sounds like something my kids would have done when they were little. Off the Wall Pepper says, so you can keep getting supplies for that remodel. Love watching you. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to scroll back and see if I missed any other comments that were important. Where's my moderators? Did I miss anything important?
There you go.
Yeah. Bub.
You're so far back we can talk bad.
Stringfield Ridge, me and Lee were just talking about how much we love living in our little rural backwoods area. Exactly. Okay, I think I saw most of those. And these. See, I need somebody to just read the comments for me.
There you go.
I get so far behind. Jan. I missed a lot. Uh-oh. Oh, it depends on if the person is still in the chat too, but don't put a space, just do the @ and then immediately start typing their name. And they probably already answered that for you.
And only if you're on a phone, their name sometimes when you are it doesn't highlight it for you. Oh, yeah. It only highlights it for them.
Yeah, if you're doing it from a phone, it'll only show up highlighted for them. I think you got the important stuff, and you won't see this for a while. I'll have to mark you to get your attention in time. Thank you, Patty. I'm sorry. See, I thought this would be easier because, you know, having a co-host. No, I still have to keep up on comments. It won't highlight you.
I can't help you because I can't see the chat.
I know. Do not go back, Emery. I am definitely moving forward.
Keep moving forward. That way.
Tinker's wife, if you do the @ and then the person's name, it'll show up highlighted for them, but not for you on the Android phone. At least it does for mine.
And that's the same way with the iPhone too. It shows up for them, but not for me.
Yeah. Well, and that was the other thing I was going to tell you guys is I introduced a new membership level on my membership things. Because I want to be able to help people that, especially people that are new to YouTube, where we can do like members only chat and walk through people step by step on how to do thumbnails or I get messages on Facebook all the time on how to do this or how to do that. And if it's something I can help you with, I will definitely walk you through it. And I think if we do it as a members only thing where there's only a few of us up there, we can, I can just do a pop-up live stream for those people that that are interested. Um, but yeah, and then we're also going to do late night chats, kind of like the panel chats, but I'd like to get different people up there. I don't want to get the same, you know, group of people every single week or whatever. I just like to have more fun uh, in a closed environment. I am still 3 away from 100. Wow, Southern Ground. I know it's so hard.
She's so
I mean, it
close.
took me. I know it took me 3 years to get. Because I didn't get 1,000 subscribers until January this year, so it took me 3 years. Drops, I will check it. Thank you. I'm still 3 away. Yeah, it took me like 3 years to get to 1,000 subs. I hit that in January this year, and then it took another 9 months to get the watch hours.
Right. Yeah. I'm
But
still
Southern
working on
Stone
my
and Grown,
watch
if you
hours.
have not
I'm
yet
getting
gone,
close.
Southern Stone and Grown, if you have not yet gone to Off the Wall Preppers channel, when does he do that? On Thursdays? I can't remember which day he does it, but he does a getting to know them kind of thing where you can sit up there and talk about your channel. And
I was thinking it was on the weekend.
super chats let you put your money where your mouth is. Thank you, Tiny Tim. But yeah, I would, if you haven't done it yet, Wendy, go on over to gosh, I'm like brain dead today. Go on over to
Off
the Wall Preppers channel. What day does he do it? Did she say yet? I can't remember what day it is.
I don't remember. I was thinking it was the weekend,
Wednesday
but I might be
night.
Wednesday nights.
Okay.
7:30, I think.
Thank you, Herb and Bucket Homestead. You have a great night. And yeah, moderators, you guys can share the links to everybody in the chat. You know that they're all good channels in here. So if you're not subbed to somebody in chat, ask them for a link. Okay, next Wednesday. Okay, so you're not doing one this week, Off the Wall Prepper? Wendy, I'm already following you, so.
Yep, me too.
I'm just waiting for Off the Wall Prepper to respond because I want to know. Right. I want to try and get Broussard Homestead over there on his. At 101. See how fast it goes? Now you guys need to leave a comment too and actually listen to a video with the volume on. That's what they say.
Right.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it's worth it to try it.
Yeah, if it's muted, it doesn't count. The same way if you're running a playlist, if it's muted, it won't count.
Oh, Veterans Day is tomorrow?
Right.
Or for Veterans Day
no,
tomorrow.
Veterans Day is Monday.
Night. Okay. Yeah, I think they're doing his live stream tomorrow.
Okay,
so before Veterans.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay. Yes, because I gain a few and lose a few. Southern Stone and Grown, I got to over 1,000, and then suddenly YouTube came through and took away 80. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then a couple days later, they slowly started coming back again.
Right.
So I think it's, I got a rash of people all in one night because I got a shout out. And I think that it like took them away temporarily. They could reassess it to see if they were real people or something. I don't know. Okay, thank you so much for coming in, Patty, and don't overwork yourself.
Good night, Patty.
Let's see. If you want it to stick, you have to watch the video, comment, and hit the thumbs up, or otherwise it will not count. And I've been told that you have to watch 2 videos or something like that. But if it's a channel that I really like, I usually go and watch a whole bunch of them. So,
yeah, you're gonna watch some
and
anyway.
I'm gonna be really honest. If you have like building stuff, if you're building house stuff, or I don't know, benches, or redoing, decorating stuff, like repainting a dresser or something, I'm gonna go like binge watch a lot of your stuff because that's the kind of stuff I
Right.
like to watch. But that's just me. I know other people are different. Can you guys put your links in here if you have a page? Yeah, if there's, I think I have a moderator in here. If you guys can start sharing.
Yeah, if you got extra time, run my
The
playlist.
links.
I'm really close on hours.
Yes. How far away are you on watch hours?
At 3,300.
You have 3,300? So
Yes.
you need 700 watch hours. That's it.
700 watch hours.
Girl, we need to do a marathon live with Micro Farmer because
It's
I
just
did
hard
one of
with,
them for like 6 hours and got like 600.
yeah.
Huh?
It's just hard with the internet here to be on for a long period of time.
Yeah. Well, and then when you're doing it from a phone too. Okay, so you got to get in your car and drive up here.
Right.
And then you can do it from my computer.
Yeah, that's what Jeff said at Bobblehead. He's like, come over. I've got Wi-Fi.
There you go. Yeah, and Jeff likes to go. Jeff likes to do live streams with multiple people, so I bet you can get him on there too.
Maybe.
Let's see, I was doing that, and then I finally got them back too. I had to go back and sub to some of my favorites. Some of I'm shocked at some of the subscriptions that YouTube has taken away. Like there's a channel that I watch all the time, no matter what, and it's Life Uncontained. And I was like, I haven't seen anything from them in a while, and I went and looked, and YouTube took me off. And I watch every single thing that they put out. So I'm like, why don't they take away these channels that I haven't been watching? But
right. Exactly.
Southern Sown and Grown is building. I'll be watching it. I know I have your bell on, so I'll definitely see it. I'll watch stuff if they're building, not so much if just harvesting. Yeah, I mean, and you know, that's another thing I'm going to tell you guys because it's after 10 and we're done with the topic part. But I'm actually going to be changing the name of my channel. The reason why is I feel like I'm right now with Big Dreams Homestead. I feel like I'm stuck in a niche that I can only do homesteading stuff. But there is so much more to me as a person than just the homestead stuff. And yeah, I'm doing a homestead and there will be homestead stuff on it. But there's so much more that I want to do. And, you know, I thought, well, what am I going to do? Like right now, I'm not even doing any homesteading stuff. I'm just building my house. But what am I going to do when everything's done? The house is done. The chickens are here. You know, I got the pigs. I got whatever. Then what am I going to do? Like, what do you do? A garden tour? Okay, I harvested tomatoes. Okay, I canned tomatoes. That kind of stuff, you can only watch so much of it and then it gets boring. And that's not, you know, that stuff I'll do, but that's not stuff I want to video. So I will be changing, I'll be dropping off the homestead and putting other stuff up, and it will be happening this week. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but watch for that. If you're subscribed, it'll still show. It'll just show up the new name. Sorry, rebuilding a she shed, just done most of the work before YouTube. Oh, Wendy, go back and show us all the photos. I don't care. Off the wall prepper, aloha from your special friend.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you. I don't know who my special friend is, but that'll buy me some insulation. So
that's right.
I'm like blown away. That's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely need to get monetized here.
Yeah, I know, huh? Southern Sun and Grow, do a slideshow video. Yep. I've seen Dogman did a slideshow of his of all the stuff that he's done over the last couple of years. So if you've got photos, do it in a slideshow.
It did really good.
Yeah.
He got a lot of views on that.
I love watching Life Uncontained and DIY Different, Green Acres Homestead, and there's a couple other ones. Simple on oh gosh, what is the name of their channel? The ones in Idaho. I can't remember the names. Hello, Anne Marie. I was just going to bed. Yeah, had to say hello and good night. I'll watch the replay. Thank you so much, Victoria.
Victoria.
Okay. Yep, you can do a voiceover and just in the beginning talk about this is what I've done. Here, I didn't have video back then, but here's some pictures of what I've done. I thought about doing that with some of the projects I did back in Twainhart. Um, because the other thing I get is a lot of comments about people showing me or telling me how to do stuff. And I think that's just because they think that, this is the girl, she didn't know how to use a drill or I don't know.
Right.
So I thought, if I did, does she not see what? The $90 super chat? Yes, I did see it. But I'm probably seeing it way later than you guys are posting it because it on StreamYard it doesn't pop up. Anyhow, but I thought about I have thousands of pictures of stuff that I did when I was in Twainhart, and I thought about doing some of those old projects in a video like that. Building a home is part of a homestead. Yeah, Cecilia, but I don't want to be stuck with the homestead part like afterwards. And the reason, and I'm not saying that in a negative way at all. I love the homesteaders. I love homesteading, but I don't want to be limited to only homesteading stuff because the channel is more about my dreams and how I'm making my dreams happen. And I dream of more than just a homestead. So I do oil paintings. I do building bird houses and squirrel feeders and all kinds of stuff. And so I don't want to be just limited to homesteading stuff. I want to be able to expand that to all of my dreams. So that's why I'm saying I want to change. I want to drop off the homestead and change it to something that encompasses a lot more. We are doing Kevin's truck. I will do furniture, garden. Hey, I like the garden stuff, but you can only watch. Yeah, y'all can watch my garden die. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I can't go out and I don't know. I just can't envision myself going out and videoing my garden or whatever. I might go, hey, yeah, I canned tomatoes. If you want to see how tomatoes are canned, go watch Broussard Homestead's video or something instead of watching another one. I don't think my channel name should be. I don't think my channel name should be anymore. Like, oh, the farms. Sorry, they are watching you. Okay. Now you're freaking me out. Okay. Hi, Vineyard Chicks. Sorry, I'm like, I have more tendency to watch a channel if they acknowledge my comment on one of their videos, which I generally tend to watch videos that have smaller viewership and have time to return comment. That's why I didn't want to monetize Life with Linda, and I wasn't pushing to grow my channel because I love the interaction with the people. I love being able to chat with the people and meet them at meetups and like some of my greatest friends today, Simply Jan, Gail Southern Living, those are people that I actually got to meet. Possum Run here. I actually got to meet them in person, and I like that interaction. I like that community, and I don't want to ever lose that. I watched other channels blow up and then didn't have the time to respond. And
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, Denise says we watch a lot of the same channels. Yep. Those are the good ones. Yeah, and if everyone will go watch Possum Run's videos, just put it on loop and put it on play all, then we can get her to the 4,000. She's only got 700 hours to go. So if I knew more on how to work YouTube, I'd really get stuff going. I'm getting a lesson on Saturday. O'Rourke's, you know what? You can email me, or also you can get me on Facebook and message me there, and I'll answer any questions that you got. That's how I learned, because I am not tech savvy at all. So I'm going to try the slideshow and the rest.
No, I'm still asking questions on things.
I know, my solar system. Okay. Oh, good simple living in Idaho. Yes. And I'm way behind on their videos too, but don't change the name. Don't do it. I'll be keeping big dreams, but it'll be something more at the end than just Homestead. But I'm still keeping Homestead.
If you like, my channel's not going to be all Homestead. You know, it's more of a vlog.
Right.
But if you let people know that up
Right.
front, it doesn't seem to matter if you have the Homestead in your name.
Yeah, I just have been watching and learning more about YouTube, and one of the things that they said is there's a lot in a name, and there's a lot in that first presentation on your screen. And if they see Homestead, some people will just go, I don't want to watch more gardening shows or whatever, and so they go away. And mine's not going to be a lot about gardening. I might mention the garden. I might mention that I cooked something from the garden. I might mention that I'm canning something from the garden, but that's not all I want to be doing. I want to be showing people how to do a lot of stuff. So
Right.
that's why I want to open it. I just want to expand it more. Just add more. I don't know what you mean, Scanner. Oh, you mean add more to your name?
I've seen that
I'm
happen.
like behind on chat
I've seen
again.
Homestead and outdoors adventures and different things added.
Right. Sojourner, so she says, see, I think of Homestead as having your own property and making it your own, which is true, but I don't want to focus on only that. So I have to go. My wife said, put your damn clothes on and come to bed. Bob, oh my gosh. Dream girl, do what you can and want to. My motto is I don't want to say I wish I had. Right. I want to say I did.
Exactly.
And one of the things my son is constantly telling me is that failure is only failing to try. You only fail if you fail to try.
True.
Maybe do a Homestead channel and another channel for the rest. That would be so hard to do. Like,
it's hard enough doing.
Yeah, that would take a lot, and I don't know that I want to do that. Because then I'd feel like I have to video something for both channels every week. And yeah. Good night, Joe. Thank you for coming in.
Good night.
Yep, I thought about that too, off the wall prepper. So we'll see. You guys all have to wait and see what comes up. Put your foil hat on. I don't have a foil hat. Okay, good night. Okay, let's see. Yes, I am multi-talented. I have so many hobbies. I have crochet, I have oil painting, there's all kinds of stuff that I don't sell any crafts right now because I'm not doing any crafts right now.
Right.
I mean, I did some crochet stuff so I could start crocheting again, which is going to be awesome when I'm sitting here watching YouTube at night. I could sit here and crochet, but I'm right now I'm building a house, so all my stuff's in storage. I am not just about gardening either. I have 12 dogs, pound, prep, dehydrate, build, and repurpose things. Yeah, I just have a hard time videoing with dogs. They're awesome. I made you clips. Yep. Let's see. Yep, I got to meet Skinner Farms, but I think he spent more time talking with my dog than with me. I think my dog stole the show at that meetup too. Yeah, it works. I've done a couple. I have one cooking video that I did when I was at my mom's because I do an enchilada casserole. And the video is still in there, but I can't put it up now because every time I try to go in and edit it, I just start crying again. Because if you guys don't know, my mom, I went to go take care of my mom when she was on hospice and she passed away. And it's coming up on a year anniversary of that, like really soon here. But so every time I see that video in there, I'm like, yeah, someday I'm going to edit it, but it ain't going to be today.
I made a cooking video last week, but you'll never see it because, it was horrible. I mean, the food was great, but the video was terrible.
Yeah. Mama V, make all your videos make a playlist with all your videos in it.
I do have one.
Oh, okay. Um, Big Dreams Homestead. Keep the name easy to find, and that's key. Yeah. Oh, well, it'll be easy. I mean, I've seen other people do it, like out in the country, change theirs to different. But I'm going to keep Big Dreams in it, and that's always going to be in the front. So you guys don't know it's me. Let's see. I think we are all on the same page. Yep. Does the video time count if you can only like the video and not comment? When I watch on the TV, it doesn't give me the option to comment. It should still stick. Life with Linda. YouTube
Yeah, as
didn't
long
come
as
out and
you
say, "Hey,
play
you have
the
to
video
comment
all
on
the
a
way
video, or it's
through.
not going to count." And there've been some where I just played their stream all night long. And I know
Hmm.
people did it for me where they played it all night long, and I got credit for that. I must have, because it still shows
Yeah.
those hours in my analytics. So um, I think you have to comment to keep the subscription.
Yeah, you
Uh,
don't have to
to,
comment on the video for the watch hours to count. You can't mute it. You can turn it down, you just can't mute it.
well, they say that, but there's deaf people that mute it and watch the closed captions. I don't think the AI is that
But I
smart where
don't
they
know
know
that
if
it
the
counts for
person's deaf.
hours though.
Yep. If your name ain't unique, people can't find you. Yes, I agree. I came up with my name overnight because I wanted to sell seeds and starts. I want a local greenhouse. You know how I got my name, guys? My friends on Facebook. I was like, what am I supposed to name this thing? Because I had videos up, but I didn't want my real name out. And I had 38 people following me. I thought they were like stalkers. I was like, why are these people following me? I was just putting these videos up to help a friend. And anyhow, so I'm like, well, I guess I got to name this thing something besides my name. And so they're the ones that came up with Big Dreams. And that was my high school friends that have been following me for years. I changed my name from Homestead to Preps, but I also have a crafting channel. Yeah, see, I couldn't see myself doing 2 channels. That's a lot of work. Exactly. Stringfield Ridge, hard enough doing one.
It is.
And see what all I said, but I did change the original name. Yeah, Big Dreams Life. That's close. Very close, Vineyard Chicks. Yeah, as soon as I get my oil paints out of storage, and if they're not like frozen, uh, then I'm like just hoping. They've been stored for like 5 years now. Changed our name 3 times before we landed on the current one. Yeah. Okay, I was
Yeah,
thinking it would
watercolor paint.
probably be work. Yeah, it would be so much more work, because then I'd be, instead of just focusing on putting out a video or 2 a week on one channel, then I have to do them for both, and that would be hard. Um, I'm going to embroidery again if my hand will work. It's been years, but what sales? Yeah, I don't do any sales of crafts yet. Someday, maybe. Yeah, Tiny Tim, Big Dreams, Crafts, Homestead, Outdoors, Dogs, Cats. Um, Good night, Nadia. Thank you for coming in. I'm behind again, huh? I like the variety. Yeah. Yeah, Drops also lost parents. That was traumatic for me. I lost my dad 30 years ago, but I mean, that was really traumatic for me. But watching mom holding her hand as she passed away was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I
Right.
don't want to ever have to do that again with anybody in my life. Didn't you watch the new video? The loose faucet is out. I know I have to go watch that. It's in my queue to watch.
I watched that one
Hi,
already.
Candyland. I'm so behind today because I was actually building that. Um, oh my gosh, the loose faucet is free. Thank you, Ben's Over Acres, for coming in. And thank
Hi,
you,
Ben.
Denise, for stopping by. Gosh, I have something in my eyeball, and it's not an eyeball.
Night,
I
Denise.
put some on to run while I'm out working, so I was making sure that was helping people. Yep. It
Oh,
does.
that's nice.
It's just in order to get the subscription to stick, you're supposed to comment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I didn't even know about commenting on YouTube. I was like following these channels and for a long time,
Right.
and I never knew about commenting, and I didn't know what to say to these people that were putting videos on YouTube. So I didn't comment on stuff until way later. Mute all your devices, but not on the video screen, and she still gets watch hour credits. Yeah, big dreams and Dilly. But then what if I get another puppy? Then I'll have this big long nose. Thank you, Teresa, for coming in. That's another great channel that if you guys want to know anything about foraging or herbs for medicine stuff, she's got some great information on her channel about Stringfield Ridge, about foraging and
Cool. I'll go
foraging
check
for
her out.
food and herbs and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Simply Jan, they got to send me the $1,000 and then you can reveal the
What,
name.
Jan?
She's so funny. Jan, you're so cute and hilarious. Anne-Marie is lucky to have you as a friend. I don't know. I mean, friends like pull staples for friends, don't they? I do so many different things, not well, but I try. I'm bouncing around and really enjoy saving stuff from the side of the road. I love repurposing things. Um, you guys can go back and watch. There is a I have some videos of this garden that we did for my mom where I took some pictures. They're not videos, they're pictures of this fence. And I posted on Facebook and I said, we're using this in mom's garden. And everyone was like, that's garbage because the fence was so destroyed. But we picked through it and pulled out the pickets that we needed and made her a little fence in her garden. And I have a bunch of those because I was on a chat stream back then. I'm having a difficult time following all of these amazing channels. I couldn't imagine being a content creator. Yeah, I can't follow everybody. I have to pick and choose each week when things come up.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
I like this. I came up with my name because it fits. Let's see. Southern Blessed. Thank you, Jan. I got to spend the last 4 years of my life with them. Yep. We need a foraging lesson on off the wall prepper for Tell Your Story. You know what? Send an email to Stringfield Ridge Farm and ask them to come up because they're awesome. They have so much information. I'm actually a member of her channel and she sends out a monthly newsletter and I like keep that in a book. So in case I don't have internet, I still have some of her information. She only pulled 10,000. There's another 150,000 that need to come out. Send the loose faucet over, Jan. She'll do it for you. But he looks so sweet on that T-shirt that Miss Angie made. Did you see? Oh, I missed that. Aw, thank you, Jan. Okay, let's see. Watching you on the computer, Possum Run on TV, and Southern Sun Grow. Nice.
Hey.
I know the other one
works.
that I keep running, and for the last couple nights I've forgotten, but as I'm brain dead tonight. Homestead Aquarius. Jan, do you know where he's at on his watch hours? Is he close to? Because I got 3. I got a phone. I got the TV, or the computer, and then I got my tablet too. So I could be running 3 different channels.
Cool.
Let's see. Off the wall prepper Teresa is. Yes, she's. Stringfield Ridge is awesome. Another one is Broussard Homestead. Great information. And now do I get my 1,000? I'll give you 1,000 staples, Jan. Yeah, I want to find out how far Homestead Aquarius is on his hours. He should be getting there pretty close too. But yep, it is 10:26, so I think we're gonna cut this off.
Yeah,
I will probably be doing a live on. Huh?
I said I keep
What'd you
yawning.
say?
I
Yeah,
keep yawning.
I know she's over there yawning. My brain doesn't even work anymore. But next Tuesday, who did I have lined up for next Tuesday? I have to go look at my notes because I don't remember. But Saturday, I'll be doing a live stream in the afternoons, probably around 3 o'clock my time, just to come in and hang out with you all and give you little tidbits about things that I'm doing in here.
There you go. And then my
Because
live
starting
stream is
next week,
tomorrow.
I'll have a green screen. Well, starting next week, I'll have a green screen behind me, so you won't be able to see anything that's going on in here until the video comes out.
There you go.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, everybody.
1,500 to go. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if I had 3 different accounts and watch them on 3 different accounts on 3 different devices, if that helps. I'll be there to bother you, Anne-Marie. And she thinks, is that Simply Jen? Simply Jen, you need to make a whole channel that says the loose faucet so you can have that sign in. So we know which personality we're getting. What was that?
She didn't want to do that work either.
I didn't. No. Anyhow, okay, guys, I will see you guys all Saturday afternoon. Hopefully, I'll have another video coming up before then. But thank you, Possum Run, for coming in. If you guys have not subscribed to Possum Run, please go do that. She's doing the same thing I'm doing. So, oh, you hit a plateau. So you must have lost hours on the other end because you're losing hours every day. Right. Also, which is what was happening to me too. You, Robert, you just need to do that marathon live stream.
Well, I'll see everybody tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time.
Yep. Y'all hear that? Possum Run goes live at 5 p.m. Central tomorrow. And I will be back on Saturday. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you all for coming in. Have a very blessed night.